Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your guy, J Day. Hope all is well. Love and light, guys. So today, I have a special guest for you guys. Someone who has made that transition to Dominican Republic. They're now retired, and I wanted to bring him on a platform just to kind of give, his perspective on how he went about, transitioning himself in DR, how the retirement process went for him, and it just so happens that he is a YouTuber like myself. So I'm going to give Omar, the travel man, the platform to go ahead and introduce himself to the people. So Omar, I'm going to give you the floor. Introduce yourself to all the viewers, and then at that point, I'll ask you a few questions.
Sounds good, bro. Sounds good. Well, a couple of things first. Thank you. I want to say that first. Thank you, J Day, for allowing me to come on and talk a little bit about the transition moving over to the Dominican Republic. I have not done it yet. I'm in the process. Haven't quite retired yet, even though my Social Security is in and it's in effect. So that'll start coming the first part of 2025. So right now it's a hunt for an apartment. It's a hunt for maybe some land to start building. So first things first, I want to rent for about 6 months to a year, and then investigate, look over the land, Puerto Plata area, and try to find some decent area that I can stay, but also have an Airbnb and start receiving some kind of funds over here in the Dominican Republic. While all of that's going on, I'm jumping back and forth to the United States so I can prepare to rent my house out. So the first thing I have to do is either sell all of my furniture or either rent my house out as completely furnished house. I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in College Park, about 3 minutes from the Atlanta airport.
Hmm. Okay. So I know you've been from based on looking at your page. I see you traveled to a lot of different countries. So my question to you would be, out of all the countries you have traveled to throughout the Caribbean, why did you decide to choose Dominican Republic out of all the other countries?
Well, I would say close proximity to the United States because I've gone to Thailand. Thailand seems to be a good place. Your money goes very far in places like Vietnam, Thailand, um, but that distance is a bit much for me. Um, I've been to Jamaica, spent a good amount of time in Jamaica, decent, but maybe a little difficult to find that right chemistry to stay in the regular neighborhood. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but I still have connections there. I actually built a house over there. So it depends. The Dominican Republic kind of stuck out because the money exchange is good. um, it's not a lot of government interference as far as I can see. Um, um, so the food is delicious.
Always.
I would say close proximity to the United States. I mean, we can just jump on a flight. You have options as far as, what side of the country you want to go on. You can go to the east side, which is Punta Cana. You can go to the airport. I'm saying the airport. When I say go to, you can
Hmm.
fly directly into Punta Cana Airport, PUJ, or you can fly directly into Santo Domingo, SDQ, right?
Hmm.
That's in the south side of the country. For those that's looking or watching this that might not know the layout of the country. Or you can go to somewhat the middle of the country. You can go to Santiago, STI Airport, or you can come to Puerto Plata, POP,
Hmm.
which is side of the island. So, you have options of flying in. You got good food. You got the cost of living. You have transportation that's not expensive, very affordable to jump on a Caribe Tours bus. You can go, from Santo Domingo to Sosua or Puerto Plata for about
Hmm.
8. So, very affordable. The beautiful weather, that was another attraction of mine. I love the water. I love the beach. I love the weather, which is pretty good all year long. You might get a lot of rain and sometimes during the year. Um, and then, I mean, that's a great attraction.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you laid it down. You definitely laid it down in terms of why you decided to to choose DR opposed the other countries. But well, how long have you been traveling the Dominican Republic?
Um, let's see. I would say I probably came here about maybe 4 years ago.
Hmm.
Uh, but or probably longer than that as a strictly as a tourist and just staying in the tourist areas, probably longer than that, probably about 7 years ago. And I would
Okay.
just go Santo Domingo. I visited the colonial zone,
Hmm.
um, did some of the tours, um, and then took a little break from Santo Domingo, came back a couple of years ago, just as adventurous,
Hmm.
moved around, single, pretty much single guy, and exploring the areas of Boca Chica, the southern, beach like that, which was
Hmm.
okay, but not enough for me to say, wow, I really want to come, over here.
Hmm.
Um, so at that time, like I said, doing some exploring adventure, learning the culture, um, went on a few dates and things like that. Um, then about 2 years ago, came back again, and now I ventured into the country, went into La Vega.
Hmm.
Um, and that's where I met Carmen, who you'll meet probably in a few minutes when she comes out of the store. She's in Jumbo, um, and we are part. That's one of the major stores. And for those that's watching, might not know, they have some of the larger supermarkets here in the Dominican Republic. Which one of them is Jumbo, the other one La Serena, and I think National. Those are some of the major supermarkets in the Dominican Republic that you can buy food, you can buy some clothing, stuff like that, and some tools, some hardware stuff. They have paint in some of those stores also, and
Hmm.
televisions, things like that, washer, dryer, things like that.
I always refer Jumbo to like our Target, or our Walmart, but not
Right.
on a bigger scale, not on a bigger scale as Walmart, but kind of remind me of a United States Target, Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Yes, I like Jumbo. You can go in there, you can get your, they have the little side um, little stores, like almost like kiosk setups. You can go to Bond, get your ice cream. You might see a nail or health shop in on the side. You got
Hmm.
your heroes, you got which is your ATMs. You got those in there. So yeah, it's a good stop. And then when you want to beat the heat, you want to get out of this Dominican heat. Sometime I just run in there and cool off. Sometime.
So out of all the, because you said you visited Santo Domingo, um, what other cities aside of Puerto Plata have you visited, and why did you choose Puerto Plata out of all the rest?
Um, Okay, I've been to Santiago. Um, Definitely been in Santo Domingo.
Hmm.
Go to the traffic is horrendous. I just can't. I just can't do that. I mean, I live near Atlanta now, and the infrastructure in Atlanta is terrible, and then the traffic gets terrible. So I run off the roads now in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Santiago and Santo Domingo might have Atlanta beat.
Oh
Traffic is
yeah.
tough, and I don't drive that much down here anyway. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Got in a Caribbean Tours bus or a Uber. I
Mm-hmm.
happened to rent a car this time because I had so many stops to make in my search for an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So, but those two areas I knocked off the list because they just too saturated with cars. The traffic is too rough. I also been to Samana,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is kind of like northeast, I guess you would call it, and that's it's decent over there. It's nice, but it's a
Uh-huh.
little way for me, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
And when you're seeing somebody, which I am, I want to be in close proximity to La Vega, myself. So
Mm-hmm.
Samana is a little far out of the way, even though it's beautiful. It's near the water. If you
Mm-hmm.
visit the Republic and you got time, I would suggest, just going over to check that area out. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cabarete, I've seen Cabarete, stayed there a couple times. Sosua is nice, but a little too much traffic. I'm not running the single, solo traveler single life. If I was running that kind of life, then Sosua would be perfect. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I don't really hang out like that anymore. I'm up over 60 now, so I don't really hang out like that. I enjoy my time during the day, and sometimes every now and then go out at night. Um, so Sewell's little saturated. I love the beach down there though. I
Me
love
too.
the some
Me too.
places. I love some of the restaurants. I've been to Alicia Beach, not just Sosua Beach. I've been to the Alicia Beach down there, which is a little
Uh-huh.
more quiet, a little more
Yeah.
quiet than Sosua Beach. So I like that. I like the little, area. They have a decent supermarket over there too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just a little bit too busy for me. And shout out to um I guess the Flip Flop restaurant, Mr. Flip Flop. I've been to his restaurant down there,
Mm-hmm.
and I stayed at Casa Valeria when I was down there, and that was a nice little hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so so Sue was cool, but I wanted to be somewhere in close proximity to the airport, maybe 15, 20 minutes away from the Puerto Plata airport, which is Sosua,
Mm-hmm.
but I figured let me go in the opposite direction, 15, 20 minutes in one of the other directions, and then I can just bounce to, those areas if I want to. Um, Yeah, so that's about it. I've been to Punta Cana. I even searched for an apartment over there. I posted that on my YouTube channel. Um, but the prices are a little high. I
Mm-hmm.
found where I would want to be down there, and the other places, and it's a little far from La Vega too.
Okay.
Where Carmen.
Yeah. So let me ask you. So you said you've been to all these spots and everything.
Mm,
Um, you figure now you're currently in a process of finding an apartment because I as all my viewers know, I posted it up there. I just found me an apartment for 250 USD in Puerto Plata, up in San Marcos. So now that you are currently looking, how is the process for you like, and what prices are you finding, so that people who are looking to look, who's in the search for apartments, what do you say the prices are going for? I think yeah, your connection. What do you say the prices for apartments are going for a person who might be looking? And telling people what kind of apartment you looking for, one bedroom, two bedroom. That way, people know what the price ranges are.
yeah. Well, my list of amenities is kind of high. So that was
Okay.
the first.
All right.
That thing, if I'm gonna settle in,
Uh-huh.
I want certain things for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want certain things for the Airbnb guests. If it's set up as an Airbnb. So I'm looking for 3 bedrooms first of all, 2 bathrooms. So a lot of places have 2 or 3 bedrooms, but they only have the 1 bathroom. So
Right.
those come off on my list. I'm also looking for AC in the bedrooms. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's attractive. If I'm trying to do Airbnb, that's going to be a good attracting point.
Right.
Um, I'm looking for a swim. If they have a swimming pool, that's a big plus. You
Mm-hmm.
know, a big plus. If they have a security, that's a big plus. It's not a deal breaker, but it's a big plus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else we looking for? Good pressure on the water.
Yeah, that's
Hot, yes, hot water. If that place has hot water, oh, big plus for the
uh-huh.
hot water. I prefer that because if you get Airbnb guests coming from United States and like that, they might not be used to taking a cold shower. I mean, I
Right.
can handle it at this point, you know, but a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people in the United States or Canada, they want that hot water running. So I'm looking for that. So that's kind of like a requirement now. Now,
Mm-hmm.
far as prices go, what I'm seeing, the stuff we looked at today range anywhere from 25,000. I don't even know if we saw anything for 25,000 pesos. But we did see some for 30,000. Okay, that's like $500 a month
Uh-huh.
rent. We've seen some for 35,000. Okay, and then what else? Other prices we get today? 30. I said that. 35. And then they offered us some other stuff that was like 1,000 US dollars a month. I didn't even go and see those.
Right, because
Because
ain't nobody who's paying $1,000 a month
right,
for rent. Who's doing that in Dominican Republic?
yeah.
I'm not. Now, Douglas Anderson, shout out to Douglas Anderson, shout out to Ella Pot Pot, Nev on the Daily. Shout out to you guys and all you guys that's on the live right now. Make sure you guys hit the like, share, subscribe. Hello. So yeah, so what I'm yeah, I was just saying like I know for me, I'm not gonna pay $1,000 no matter whether it's a or even 4 bedroom in Dominican Republic. Most majority of us are going down there to to pay lesser rent, so that we don't have to spend a whole lot of money on a monthly basis. You know what I mean? So the all of these apartments that you're looking for at that price, because Douglas Anderson made a good point. He said that's got to be empty. So these apartments furnished or unfurnished?
Most of them was unfurnished. We did see one that was a 2 bedroom, um, 2 bathroom, AC, swimming pool, hot water, had parking space. Um, but the only thing was, it was a little, not really, I don't know, like kind of underdeveloped, kind of no, the things was just missing, just kind of looked a little old, I think.
Uh-huh.
What else? It wasn't no laundry. It wasn't a laundry.
Oh,
The
utility
price
room.
the price was what? It was 30,000, five
Uh-huh.
hundred a month. It would have been
Uh-huh.
good because the little TLC that it needed, the
Mm-hmm.
aesthetics, I could have did myself.
So why didn't you negotiate the price and tell him, listen, because in situations like that, you can always do that. If you finding it that the apartment, is to your liking, but it needs a little TLC, you can
Yeah.
always negotiate that with the owner and tell him, look, you take an X amount of dollars off the rent every month, and in that way, I could fix up what I need to fix up to my liking. And if they're desperate to rent to get the part rented, bro, they'll do it. They'll do it. Yeah.
And it's still under consideration. It's just that it didn't have a laundry, and I kind of want to have the ability to put a washer in there for not only for myself but for the Airbnb guests.
Right. Right.
So I mean, certain things I
Yeah.
want, but as far as maybe connecting, running lines to connect water or the AC,
Uh huh.
I don't do that now. If they have the lines for the AC set up already, if they already
Mhm.
have it set up, then
Uh
I
huh.
might right place. I'll put the units in.
Well, if you do need assistance with that, because my apartment, I mean, it cost me 250 a month, but it came unfurnished. And I tell a lot of my viewers, you have to weigh out the pros and cons. If it is it worth, buying the appliances so that you pay less a month, monthly on the rent. When I did the math, well, yeah, when I did the math, I said, okay. $250 a month. It only cost me to furnish. Pretty much, I have the appliances, the refrigerator, the stove, the bed, two night tables, and a dresser with the mirror,
Uh,
and the AC unit. And then with all of that I bought, I spent a little over like 2,100, $2,200 for everything. You know what I mean? So I always say it's worth buying the appliances, because let's just say worst case scenario, you have to move again, and then you got to go through the whole situation of finding another unfurnished apartment. You know what I mean? So it's better to just buy all your stuff so that you have it if in case you got to move again. It's not like you got to start all over in terms of having to buy a new bed, new TV, all of those things. You know what I mean? So I always say
we,
buy your own stuff. That's just my personal opinion.
we
you
have
know
we have we looked at some unfurnished. Most of the places we looked at today was unfurnished,
uh-huh.
but once we started saying, okay, check going down the checkoff list, is it going to be, and we say, is it going to be okay for Airbnb? It's a deal breaker. So one thing I have learned through this course of action today is kind of make that clear when I'm initially talking to the real estate person or owner or representative. Ask them right away before I even waste time going over, is it going to be okay to run an Airbnb?
Yeah.
And that way waste time, you know, uh, move traveling over to see the place, because that's the ultimate thing. Now, one place did tell me, oh, well, go ahead and get the place anyway. And, don't worry about that. The contract is going to be between you and the owner. I don't want to do business like that,
Right.
because I want you to do business with me like that.
Uh-huh.
So,
Uh-huh.
funny when it comes to stuff, I want it cleared up. I want to try to clear up most things beforehand so it don't come up later. And now I got an issue with the owner because I didn't reveal my intentions when I was coming in. I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me. Matter of fact, somebody did do that to me before.
Uh-huh.
So I don't
And
want to.
and
I
I
don't want.
always, I'm sorry to cut you off. It's funny you say that, because I mentioned that to my viewers previously about, informing the landlords that this is your intent. That way they are clear on, okay, you know what, and in most cases a lot of them don't care. They just want their money every month. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't care, but I always say, just be straight up and honest about it. That way, they are aware that this is your intentions. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Douglas Anderson says, I like peace of mind. I can go from here to there without worrying about furniture and appliances. So I rent fully furnished with all utilities included, if possible. I mean, yeah, it's everybody's lifestyle is different. You know what I'm saying? For me, in my situation, the only reason why I did an unfurnished is because I do plan on keeping that apartment as the Airbnb when my when my house is done. You see what I'm saying? So that my family and friends, when they do come into Puerto Plata, it's apartment already available for them. You know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why I rented an unfurnished apartment. But everybody's situation is different. So whether you one of those people that's trying to figure out whether you want to rent a furnished or unfurnished, you have to base it on your lifestyle and pretty much your living situation. Yeah.
And you, like you said, I'm looking around at 25 to 35,000 a month range, but you can find stuff less than that, 15,000.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so is it going to be, in a location that's conducive for Airbnb? It might be good, especially if it's just a solo person. If you're just looking for one bedroom, one bath, and you want to pay some cheap rent and move to Puerto Plata, it is very, very possible because I've seen places like that.
Yeah, yeah. So have I. And I always tell people don't rule out places that might not be desirable to you, only because what you like, what you don't like, somebody else might. You know what I mean? And you have to go in it with that kind of a mindset, because there are a lot of people that travel into Dominican Republic on a budget. They travel in on a budget. You got certain countries, they even have hostels. Some people don't even mind staying in a hostel. So with that being said, don't leave out places, Dominican neighborhoods, because I listen. I have stayed in Dominican neighborhoods outside of the tourist area, renting Airbnbs, and you're finding a lot of that now on Airbnbs. If you guys go on and check out what's being rented on there, you'll see a lot of these places are being rented in Dominican neighborhoods, and people don't mind. You know what I mean? Especially for people like us who travel there on a regular basis, we don't see a need to have. I know I don't. Especially building a house on a budget. I don't see the need to have all these kind of amenities. As long as I got the essentials, air conditioning, pool, and all of that stuff, I can go and apply it for all of that. You know what I mean? But there are
Right.
people like me who do travel like that. So with that being said, I tell people don't rule out certain places because you never know who might be interested in booking, whether it be for one night, 2 nights. Some people might just want to book it for a cabana, have a good time at a long time situation. You know what I mean? So, I always say don't rule out undesirable places because you never know. That's just my take. Yeah.
We've been seeing a lot of nice places, a lot of places for rent right around this Jumbo area. And also the area, I don't know if you're familiar with the restaurant, what is it, Tio Pan? Tio Pan restaurant. In that
Yeah.
area,
Yeah.
man, I'm talking, it's a lot of places available and it's a nice neighborhood. It's a nice area.
So let me tell you, you've been to Puerto Plata and you've been to Sua, even though Sua is in the province of Puerto Plata. Tell me some of the pros and cons of for a person that were to live in Puerto Plata versus Sosua. What would you say some of the pros are and cons?
Pros and cons, I think it's less, well, it depends on where you're at in Puerto Plata. Some places get a little congested with traffic. Um, I don't think you have a traffic issue in Sosua area unless you're on some of those back streets where the sports bars are. It might get a little thick sometimes at night. Um,
Mhm.
but other than that, um, pros and cons, I don't know. I mean, the both have beaches that's beautiful. Um, both have decent restaurants. You might have a bigger variety out here in Puerto Plata of restaurants, you think, maybe? But what's some pros and cons? For example, Puerto Plata is close to La Vega, like this, near to La Vega. Why it's so far? Well, not too far, but it's a little further out than so. In other words, Carmen said, as far as the distance goes, if you're trying to go maybe to Santiago or to La Vega or to Santo Domingo,
Uh-huh.
Puerto Plata is an easier bounce in Sosua, because Sosua might put another 30 minutes onto your trip.
Right,
Something.
right. It's in the opposite direction. Right.
It's like the vida loca, crazy life and
Uh,
nightlife. Party.
I my pros. I'll give you my pros. The pros, I feel like living in Puerto Plata, it's more laid back. It's more laid back. Even though Puerto Plata is a tourist town, you don't find all the traffic that goes on in Sosua. You know what I'm saying? You don't find that kind of a traffic that goes on in Sosua. Doesn't really go on in Puerto Plata. During the day, the cons would be the traffic, especially during school and work hours from the morning. I say starting around like 7 o'clock till about 9, 10, you're gonna find a lot of traffic. And then even after work hours, between like 3:30 and 7, you're gonna find a lot of traffic. So those are the pro or the cons of living in, Puerto Plata. It does get a little congested in terms of the traffic, but like I said, laid back. You're more likely to find a decent woman in Puerto Plata opposed to Sua. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just my take on it. But I know you have Carmen there. So I don't. I want to ask. I don't know if I should or not, but I'm just going to ask. And if you don't want to answer, you can always say plead the fifth. But how would you say the dating experience for you has been like prior to you meeting Carmen?
Prior to me meeting Carmen. Oh, I had a few dates before that, you know. Oh, you trying to get
Uh,
me in trouble, brother Jay. You
That's why I said prior to you meeting Carmen, And what advice would you give brothers who are looking to date? Because from what I see, you strike me as the type of brother that's looking for something, serious and long term. So for brothers that are looking for something serious and long term, what advice would you give them in terms of the dating scene out in Dominican Republic?
I would say if you're trying to find a serious woman, you don't really want to be in the tourist area. So if you running over to Sosua or you run into Punta Cana or Santo Domingo, Colonial Zone or Boca Chica, you're not really going to find that. I mean, it's not impossible, depending on where you go. If you're not in a quote unquote tourist area, if you go into some of the little smaller neighborhoods in those areas and you go to places that the tourists are not going to, like a little small supermarket or something like that, or, you know, you could find a quality woman, but maybe the odds might be a little against that because most of the women in those tourist areas, they already know you coming in town to have a good time and then you're going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about more of a good time and a money exchange more so than anything else. If you're looking for something serious, I would say go into the internal in inner city, inner part of the country, I should say, in the country areas that are not touristy.
Mm-hmm.
And if a woman is working, she has a
Party.
regular job, studying, and has her own house.
Mm-hmm.
Already
Yeah.
doing, already built a life for itself and is not having a handout, not looking for you to give them, not asking you for any,
Uh-huh.
those kinds, and then you sit on it. Don't come as a baller. Don't come as a guy that just spending money. Come as a regular dude, and then watch things for a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, go into the country areas, which is going to be closer to places like Santiago. It's not really a tourist area. It's a city. La Vega, Banal,
Boca,
Mocha,
San Francisco,
San Francisco. Yes,
Demarcati, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you can find beautiful diamonds in the rough.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty doing things. come as a baller. Don't come, just come as a regular dude, you know, and just watch things, you know,
Mm-hmm.
see how they come at you. You know, one of the clear signs is, you know, when they start asking, you meet somebody and then they have trouble, automatic trouble, you know, in their life and they need money. That's the
Mm-hmm.
ones you get from them real quick.
That's what I
You
said.
know,
Red flag. Red flag. I always say that, Omar. I always say
you don't even walk, just run away from them and just block their number, everything, and
it.
just go to one. You know, and like I say, if you in the tourist area and you shopping and fishing over there, then you already, you know, you might as well just chalk it up to just having fun and going home.
Right. Right. Don't take nothing serious in the Sosua area. Douglas Anderson, he's got a few comments that he put in here. He was talking about unfurnished. He says in Puerto Plata you can get an unfurnished for 18 to 30,000 pesos. Actually, you can get a little cheaper than that. Start 15,000 is what I've seen. I've seen prices starting at as low as 15,000 for an unfurnished apartment, in which that's what I'm paying now. He says in Santo Domingo East, you can get a furnished apartment for about 450 to $700. I still kind of it depending on the. I guess it depends on this how many bedrooms or whatever. He says stay away from La Vega. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous there, and they are hunting the Haitians like days, like slave days. Wow.
Yeah,
And he, uh huh,
it's maybe he has you know fed on a little too much of the propaganda, but um, I walk around La Vega all the time.
uh
You
huh.
hear me? So okay, I don't speak much Spanish. Okay,
Mhm.
I walk about 2 miles from his house to the supermarket to Jumbo to the site. Um, I've stayed there for a month at a time, week
Mhm.
at a time. I've never had a problem. Now, is that she's not in a rich neighborhood.
Uh
She's in
huh.
a neighborhood mix. It's a mixed neighborhood. It's Dominican, it's Haitians, and for the most part, everybody gets along.
Mhm.
Okay, so are there areas, sketchy areas you go
Everywhere. Everywhere.
in over 27 countries in this
Mhm.
world? Sketchy areas everywhere.
Mhm.
So
It's true.
you know, be smart. You know, and try not to listen to too much propaganda. Are some Haitians being picked up? Probably so.
Mhm.
But that overall picture of the city, and I would definitely not label it as very dangerous. No,
Mhm.
that sounds like exaggeration to me.
Okay. So I've never been to La Vega. I never have. For somebody who might be looking to travel there, what kind of things does what does the La Vega offer that would attract somebody to visit there outside of
Well,
what so sewer
it's
and
the say I would say it's proximity. I would say the fact that it does have good hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you don't have a problem. I've got MRIs done there, cheaper than the United. I did a shoulder MRI was 200 US dollars. I had my knee, another MRI done on my knee, cost about 300. So
Mm-hmm.
I take back to the United States and I showed to my doctor over there. Either my insurance doesn't want to cover third MRI, but I want it for my own
Mm-hmm.
personal. So I
Mm-hmm.
gotten it done in the DR and I take it back. Of course, the analysis is in Spanish, but we translate it and my doctors look at it with no problem. So that's one
Mm-hmm.
of the fine. If I need some medical attention, you know, I can get that in La Vega. Um, They have decent restaurants. I've been to one. We got a favorite called Venus
Diana.
Diana restaurant, and you can get a meal for 200 pesos.
Wow.
I call that my favorite restaurant. Okay, about a block off the arena. So if you in La Vega, go to that's it's a you choose the food you want and they load you up. You could
Mm.
I could eat 2 days off of that meal that they give me.
Oh wow.
Um,
For 200 pesos.
200 pesos out the
Mm.
door.
175.
175. Yes, yeah. They might have went up to 200 by now, but it was 175 pesos.
Wow.
um, what else? You're in close proximity to Jarabacoa, or they call it Arabacoa.
Arab.
Habakkuk.
Jarabacoa. Jarabacoa is only
Mm.
about 40 minutes, right? 45 minutes from La Vega. Now, that is up in the mountains. Beautiful. If you want to go up there, they have a restaurant. Um, Carmen took me to for my birthday. That was called La Vista,
Altarista
Alta Vista,
restaurant
Alta Vista.
has helicopter to use around the country. Helicopter.
That has the view, a helicopter. So they have helicopter rides available at the Alta
Mm.
Vista. I, I didn't get that. She didn't give me that. I don't know what happened with that. She didn't give me that.
Might have been a little bit too pricey for that.
Very expensive, but they do have it. Now they also
Uh-huh.
have another restaurant. They all have another
La
restaurant
hamaca
that
de Dios.
goes complete. It rotates while you're in the restaurant.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
La hamaca de Dios. Very popular tourist.
Mm. And see,
That
I'm a type of brother. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Now I said, see, I'm a type. This is why I'm asking you these kind of questions, only because I have yet to travel to La Vega and even Jarabacoa. And when I go there, I want to be able to visit these kind of places. I'm a type of person. When I go for 2, maybe 3, sometimes 3 weeks at a time. So I like to spread my time out, visit here, visit there, and that way, not just spending all my time in Sosua and Cabarete. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is this, and I always advise a lot of the viewers: spread your time out, go visit other cities.
and when you go up to Arabacoa, Costanza is up there, right?
After
Costanza, and that's where the
beautiful.
river is. And people go there and they just relax, man. You get the you just hang out. Locals are up there. They get a few tourists in this area called Arabacoa though. They do
Uh
get
huh.
is it touristy because they have a little downtown area that they have those umbrellas like the umbrella street.
Uh
You
huh.
know when you umbrellas
Yeah,
and then they
yeah.
have
Piotr Plata has that too in the center city.
fine.
Yvonne, helados Yvonne, very famous in Jarabacoa. They make artisanal ice cream, delicious, many flavors, and had parapente. Parapente is go down to the mountain
Hmm.
with what
The
is that?
parachute.
Yes, you have many attractions in the mountain tourists and
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
rivers.
Okay.
Yeah, so parachute ride, they have some stuff. So like I said, that's the what La Vega is in close proximity. Me, when I can fly into Santiago Airport,
Hmm.
I'm in I'm in La Vega in 20 minutes.
Oh wow. So it's only 20 minutes from Santiago, huh?
20 minutes. I'm from the airport, Santiago Airport, to Carmen's house, 20 minutes on an Uber.
Wow. Wow.
So of course that's good for me. Um, what else? What else does La Vega offer? They have a lot of stores, appliance stores. I think I mentioned the restaurants. What else?
Santo Cerro,
The
what is
cathedral,
church? The
the big
cathedral,
church, the
yes.
cathedral is there. They also have the mezquitas, which is the mosque. They have some mosque available. They have a lot of churches, of course.
Uh
I
huh.
probably been to three or four churches already out there myself, and I've been
Hmm.
to one of the months out there.
Say in February is very popular the carnival.
Oh,
Oh,
Everybody
that
comes.
yeah, I've been, I've been to the carnival in Puerto Plata, but I always hear the one in La Vega is the best. That's like they say, you really want to experience carnival, you have to go to La Vega. Yeah, I always hear everybody travels there to the carnival. So I know the carnival is at what is it? It's in February in La Vega. No, February. Yeah,
see,
Feb. Eres la fecha. The la
Oh no,
fecha, huh?
the end of February.
uh, the last Sunday on February or the first Sunday on March finish.
Okay, the last Sunday in February. All right, that's good. That's good for me to remember because I might have to make a trip down there this next year to experience that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
But just
I just
be careful because that's the carnival that they run up behind you and hit your behind with something. You know,
Uh,
I haven't been to the carnival yet there,
uh
but I watched the videos and some of the theme of that thing is something about the evil. What is it? And
Diablos.
the Diablos and the way they're part of the theme is that they come behind people and they whack them on their behind.
huh.
So keep that in mind. Be on guard when you at the carnival.
And I also was told be careful because they do a lot of pickpocketing during carnival time. So you got to be careful walking around in these large crowds. I was always advised that.
And
Um,
then look, any carnival or large gathering, just like in New York City, when you go to the apple drop, New Year's Eve.
yeah, the ball drop. The ball drop. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My
Um,
father, my father used to warn me about going over there. He said people come with a razor blade and they slice the bottom of your pocket and your wallet comes out from the
but
bottom.
I never keep my wallet in my back pocket just for that. I don't want to. We're gonna be closing out shortly. I have a few questions that were asked in here. Crazy World says, well, Douglas Anderson, he said, Puerto Plata women are basically Sosua women. They have Sosua mentality, especially if you're looking online. I left Puerto Plata for Santo Domingo for that very same reason. Crazy World said, what kind of insurance does Omar have? Do you have medical insurance there, Omar?
Not yet, but I heard that Universal was good.
Yeah,
Uh,
I that's what I was advised to. Universal.
Universal's good, so I'll look into that. Or you find a good woman with a good job that got insurance and let her put you on her plan.
Wait. So that's it works like that too in Santo Domingo. You can if you're working, you can put your spouse on their insurance.
Domestic partner, if she signs you up as a domestic partner, then some places, probably not all places, but depends on where they work. They should
Okay,
check.
that's
If
that's
you want.
that's good. That's good to know. I never knew that. Carmen, let me ask you a question. You got a friend that's working that could put me on that insurance?
Of course,
No, yeah,
if you first,
Tiene un amigo trabajando para seguro cedula para mí.
yeah,
Oh man, I'm just joking. Um, so
you
that's
know,
good, but that's huh?
I have a lot of friends that ask that question, but
Uh,
yeah, call her reputation on the line unless you serious about your business.
yes.
and listen, and I don't comment. I don't blame you because the last thing I want, I did that before, and I just can't. You find yourself in the middle of the BS. You see what I'm saying? So I try not to set people up if I can help it. I try not to, unless, like you said, unless you are serious. Because I be damned if you're gonna keep calling me with your problems. I got my own problems to deal with.
Right, bro.
Yeah. So we're gonna close out in about 5 minutes. Is there anything that you would advise whether it be a male or a female looking to travel to Dominican Republic and making a life for themselves, what would you advise them to do before they make that transition?
Um, I would probably say, you know, put your list together of your three top destinations first. Um, maybe give a visit to those three top locations, if you can, if you have the time to really narrow it down. Once you narrow it down and you know, okay, this is the country I want to be in, now you have to, research that country. You know, I guess do as much research as you can. Watch the news, kind of get a hold of how the government functions, what's allowed as a person coming into, a new country. I watch a lot of videos. I watch a lot of YouTube concerning the Dominican Republic. Um, that's how I got your channel, JJ. So, I try to stay, tuned in on what's going on in the country. I couple that up with my own research and my own visits and my own field. I have to feel comfortable in my environment.
Hmm.
That's I want to feel comfortable and enjoy the beauty of that country. So that would be my suggestions, not to jump on anything, with haste. That's why I'm renting first in this area,
Hmm.
because I can drive around now a bit. I can move right now from this area, and I know I can shoot straight down this road and go through. So go to Cabaret, a little bit. I don't know the area that well. Um, so do your study. Don't jump on anything too fast unless it's just an incredible deal you can't pass up. If you're going to buy, but I don't want to buy just yet. I wanna wait out for 6 months or a year, or I might just buy some land and build. But even buying the land, you want to research and learn that area. So time before you have to take the area.
Douglas Anderson says, seems like Omar got a good one and she speaks English, always a bonus.
That's Yes, sir. He's correct. That's a big plus because, you know, she helps me out tremendously. And by me not knowing so much Spanish, um, I don't know how else I could have done the things that I'm doing right now. So thank you.
Hmm. So, and
The
I always tell brothers, choose your mate wisely. Find somebody. It doesn't matter whether or not their social standing is where yours is, or they're living in poverty. When it comes to choosing your mate, I always say choose your mate wisely. Choose a mate that can help you to navigate through Dominican Republic. If they can't do nothing else, they should be able to help you navigate if nothing else. You know what I mean? So I always tell, brothers, whether you're a female or male, choose your mates wisely. Yes, yeah. So we're about to close out. So I want you to give the viewers your channel where they can find you at. I checked out your channel. I love it. You got how many followers you got? You got over 1,000, a little over what 1,300 subs. I think you had like 1,300.
I need more. I need
Well,
more.
that's why I'm bringing you on. And what can people expect from your channel in the future? Just elaborate on a little bit what your channel is about and what they can expect, and where can they go to find you on YouTube?
Okay. On YouTube, it is Omar the Travel Man. Omar the Travel Man on YouTube. Um, so I'm really hoping that we will see an increase in the subscribers. I'm really trying to get the subscribers up. That's going to be, one of my focuses when I move over here. But as you watch, or as you go through some of the videos that I posted already, you're going to see some of this journey already. and I'm going to walk you through. I mean, I want you to see the good times and the challenging times. You'll see Carmen, you know, and she's helping me through the journey. She even has her own channel now, Everyday Life in the DR.
All right, so
So
you guys check out Carmen's channel too. Is they speak you speak English on the channel, Carmen, or is it just Spanish? Is Spanish, or does it have subtitle?
it's going to be, no, it's going to be both English and Spanish. Um, so that channel is just starting out, Everyday Life in the DR, and we just doing, you know, little stuff around the house and stuff like that. But my channel, I've had my channel for some time now, but you know, I used to have a video production business. So I got about 260 plus videos already posted on my Omar the Travel Man channel, but
Uh-huh.
more they only are referring to the actual travel.
Okay, got it. You just got one subscriber. Douglas Anderson said just subscribe to your channel, so you got one.
Thank you. Also, also I did put out a book. Um, it's called The Budget Travel Guide. The
Hmm.
World Is, by Angelo Omar, and that is on Amazon. It's available on Amazon. The paperback copy or the ebook is available. Again, it's called The Budget Travel Guide. The World Is Yours.
Mm. All right. So once I end this live, you send me the link and I'll put it in the description box so people can, if they're looking to purchase it, they can tap the link in the description box.
Yes, sir. Brother, I
Oh,
want to say thank you, J Day,
I
for bringing
appreciate you too, man.
God continue to bless us and keep us in our journeys.
Yes, sir. Is there anything else you want to say to the viewers before we close out?
We love y'all. Keep watching and you know, enjoy the journey with us. You know, J Day is doing it big. I just love to see, man, those walls going up on his house. I love that. He's on the second level. I don't know if he's going up to the third, but
Nah,
keep
I'm stopping at the second, man. I'm stopping. The only thing I probably go on a third level is maybe a cabana and a jacuzzi. I'm
right.
stopping at the second level. It's I can't do
I,
it.
I look forward to visiting there, brother J Day. You know, sipping on some lemonade up over at your spot.
Oh, it's definitely gonna happen, and hopefully when I get down there, you down there, I can make my way to La Vega and see what La Vega is all about for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, for sure. We got you.
All
We
right,
got
guys. Well, I appreciate y'all again. Carmen, it's nice, a pleasure meeting you. Oh, enjoy the rest of your time in Puerto Plata, man, and we'll be talking soon, brother.
all right. Peace and blessing. Paz y bendiciones.
All
Muchas
right, and
gracias.
guys, don't forget to hit that the like and share button. All right, I appreciate you guys. Until next time, I'll be talking to y'all soon. Peace and love.
Peace.